When did you finally stop apologizing for existing? I was 28 when I realized I'd been saying sorry my whole damn life for things that weren't even my fault. Growing up, I was the perfect daughter. Made straight A's, never stayed out past curfew, picked a college 3 miles from home because mom said she couldn't handle being alone. My mom had this thing where she'd turn everything into my fault somehow. If I cried about something, I was too sensitive and needed to toughen up. If I got excited about getting into college or landing a job, I was being dramatic and needed to calm down. And God forbid I ever disagreed with her about anything. The moment I'd speak up, she'd get this look on her face and say, "You better say sorry right now or pack your bags." So I learned to apologize for everything. For wanting to hang out with friends instead of staying home with her. For choosing a major she didn't approve of. For wearing clothes she thought were too tight or too loose. For laughing too loud at dinner. For existing wrong, basically. Even after I married Jake, she stayed all up in my business. She had opinions about our wedding cake, our honeymoon destination, what we named our dog. When I got pregnant, she spent months telling me I was doing everything wrong. The crib was in the wrong spot, I was eating too much sugar, I wasn't taking enough vitamins, and every single time I'd just nod and say sorry instead of telling her to back off. Then Sophie was born, and for a while things got better because mom was obsessed with being a grandma. But as Sophie got older, I started noticing things. Sophie was 3 when it hit me like a brick wall. She'd had this nightmare about monsters under her bed, so I rushed into her room to comfort her. She was still half asleep, muttering these words over and over. "Sorry, mommy, sorry, sorry, sorry." I just stood there frozen. Those were the exact same words I said every single day on the phone with my own mother. Sorry for not calling sooner. Sorry for having plans on Sunday. Sorry for not taking her advice about Sophie's bedtime routine. The next day, mom showed up unannounced like she always did. Sophie was playing with her juice box at the kitchen table when she accidentally knocked it over. Purple grape juice went everywhere, and before I could even grab a paper towel, mom snapped at her. "Sophie, look what you did! You need to be more careful!" My 3-year-old daughter immediately whispered, "Sorry, Grandma," in this tiny, scared voice that made my chest feel tight. That's when something clicked in my brain. I looked at Sophie, then at my mom, then back at Sophie. This little girl who should be confident and messy and loud was already learning to shrink herself down and apologize for taking up space. I took Sophie's hand, looked my mom dead in the eye, and said, "Please leave." Mom's face went white. "Excuse me?" I said, "Please leave, now." She started sputtering about how I was being disrespectful and ungrateful, how she was just trying to help, how I was turning Sophie against her family. But for the first time in my entire life, I didn't say sorry. I walked to the front door, opened it, and waited. After she left, my phone started blowing up. Text after text after text. "You're overreacting. You're abandoning your family. You owe me an apology. I can't believe you'd choose some juice spill over your own mother." I read every single message, and then I blocked her number. Jake came home that night to find me crying on the couch, not because I felt guilty, but because I felt free for the first time in 28 years. Sophie climbed up next to me and asked why I was sad. "I'm not sad, baby," I told her. "I'm proud of us for cleaning up that juice together without saying sorry." She looked confused but happy. "We don't have to say sorry for accidents?" "Nope, accidents happen. We just clean them up and move on." Mom tried calling from different numbers, showing up at my work, even getting my aunt to text me about how hurt she was, but I never apologized. Not once.